Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, we've seen from videos before, particularly one this morning, but generally in the past, that you don't really want the SNP to be running your health service. And certainly hospitals are increasingly dangerous places to be whilst the SNP are in Holyrood. However, when they announce that they're building hospitals, building more buildings, putting in cancer care centres, putting in maternity units, it is at least, you think, a move in the right direction. But when they are currently running over £100 million over budget, and that they're delayed so much that the SNP refuse to say or give a date when they're likely to be opened, you know that something is deeply wrong. And in fact, when questioned, the SNP refuse to even answer the question. They're walking away. It's as though it's suddenly not their problem anymore. How bad is it that this is happening? Not only does it indicate a failing government and a failing health service, it's leading everyone to question whether it's becoming a failing state. Have a look at this article and see what is going on within the health service in Scotland and why there are so many delays to these units. Here goes. So, NHS hospital buildings now £100 million over budget, with no end in sight as the Scottish Government faces criticism. It is an appallingly bad state of affairs. But then the SNP don't care. They are so bad that they can't give answers to this. Maternity and cancer centres in the northeast are facing an uncertain future after completion dates were withdrawn. And of course they've gone massively over budget. Meanwhile, the SNP government are accused of washing their hands over the forewarned issue. They were told about it and they've done nothing. They've delayed. They had a completion date. They pushed it back. They missed the second completion date. They've pushed it back again. They're likely to miss the third completion date. Meanwhile, 100 million over budget just on 2 units. Not on the whole thing. On 2 units alone. 100 million over budget and still going, so that number's going to increase. And it's probably so bad, as I say, they just walked away. They don't want to know. And there's Michael Matheson. Now, he's the current health secretary and he's rubbish at his job. But of course, he took over from Jenny Gilruth and she, of course, was rubbish at her job. And before that, of course, it was Humza Useless. And he was utterly useless in his job. And before that, it was Jean Freeman, and the less said about that, the better at the moment. It seems as though the SNP have got no idea about public health. They're contemptuous almost. They don't want to know. They don't care. Callous disregard for human life, really. The launch dates for 2 healthcare facilities have been delayed once again, with no sign of rescheduling, leaving the SNP government and local health boards accused of badly letting down patients, and that's to put it mildly. I mean, people are going to die while these things are delayed. Both the Baird Family Hospital, which will provide maternity and neonatal care as well as breast and gynecological services, and the Anchor Centre were originally due to open in 2020. However, the projects have already hit an overspend of 100 million. As I say, this is just on these 2 units. The Anchor Centre was then delayed and due to open this October, and it won't. And the Baird Hospital was due to open now, the new date of September 2024. Again, it won't. Indeed, officials have cast doubt over these deadlines. Shadow Public Health Secretary and Scottish Conservative North East MP Tess White said the Scottish Government needs to support NHS Grampian, while warning that the Health Secretary Michael Matheson needs to step forward and take ownership. He won't do that. What on earth would give him the idea that he could take ownership? Taking ownership would mean he would have to deal with it, and he's quite incapable of dealing with it. You need to get in someone seriously good at their job. And I don't mean a politician. I mean someone from a proper construction unit, a construction company, to go in and maintain and manage and build these units and tell the politicians, we've got the designs, we've got the money, we'll do it. Do me one favour, shut up, walk away, and we'll hand you the keys on completion date. That's how it's done. the problem is the SNP are continually micromanaging. We want this, we want that. I know the design's there, can we have this? We need a different access road there. This is what they do, and it delays, it delays, it delays. And every delay costs a lot more money. They can't help themselves. They have to be involved in every single process. Have you know, are the guys on site, have they got the approved toilet paper? It's as bad as that. Anyway, in the meantime, NHS Grampian said the estimated cost of development for the Foster Hill Health Campus is now £261.1 million, with a risk provision of £20.7 million also available. Board papers ahead of the meeting on Thursday have been released by NHS Grampian, which says it is now not in a position to give firm opening dates. Again, it cannot say. It's so bad at what it does. And you're talking years away, and it still can't confirm that those are the dates. Anyway, Tess White once again said, she will be attending the next board meeting, said it's deeply concerning the opening dates have been pulled for both the Baird and the Anchor hospitals due to design issues with the building. The designs that the SNP approved. This announcement is yet another blow to patients who've been badly let down by these repeated delays and deserve to know when these much needed facilities will open. The Scottish Government needs to support NHS Grampian, while the reasons and solutions behind this disruption are in their sights, but they're not. They're walking away. Years late and almost 100 million over budget, this vital development cannot be allowed to fail further, she said. The Health Secretary needs to step forward and take ownership. NHS Grampian is demonstrably struggling with finances and waiting times accordingly as it is. But anytime we've raised this and the construction issue with Baird and Anchor with the SNP at Holyrood, they've washed their hands of it. They're saying it's nothing to do with them. They don't want to know. Well, that meeting on Thursday will be interesting, and I hope that the pertinent questions are asked by all those with vested interest in finding the truth, particularly the opposition. We need a good. This is why a strong opposition is important. And you do need the questions to be asked. And you cannot let the SNP get away with deflection, with prevarication, with changing the subject, with giving non-answers to direct questions. But they did have a design review, and the SNP signed off on it. And now they're saying, oh, it's not right, it's not right. Well, it's not right because you've decided that it would be. So it's your own damn fault. So take bloody ownership of it. Let's Tess White. So take ownership of it and do your job. And there's Michael Matheson, a man who shouldn't be in that position because he is, as I say, completely incapable of delivering on his job. They should all be fired, really, shouldn't they? What is it about the SNP and failure, particularly in healthcare? It's all, you know, they're like monsters, aren't they? Anyway, I shall stop there. I shall come up and we'll round off this video. So, you know, it's just another fail, a whole litany of fails. It's fail and fail and fail again. They can't even build a building and get it right on time, even the second time it was delayed. And now they're delaying for a third time, and it's so bad, they can't even promise a fourth delivery date. It's ridiculous. And then the budget is spiralling way beyond any level of control. They are so bad at their job. They need to basically be disbarred from actually becoming politicians. And this is the problem when you get career politicians. They've never been out in the real world. They've never worked, you know, in real situations where time and money and budget and relationships actually are important. Because they just think, oh, well, it's late, I'll just throw a bit more public money at it. As though there's an infinite supply of public money. Because for them, there is. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and for heaven's sake, don't get pregnant in the northeast. There's nowhere to go. Bye.